Marhaba, this is Abdulrahman from the Arabiker. In this video, we will be discussing a special type of Arabic diacritics, namely التنوين, the tanween. Stay with us. Before we start, make sure to check the course page on our website to get access to some practice drills and support material. So our topic for today, as we said, is التنوين, in which we will be discussing this special type of diacritics. But before we delve any deeper into this topic, I will write down the vowels on this sentence, but I will add some vowels and some diacritics that we didn't cover until now in this course. So this is the first word, and I would like you to pronounce it before I do. Read it aloud. اشترى طالب كتاب من متجر. So far so good. You know all of these vowels and special diacritics and special symbols in Arabic. However, I will add this now. Two Dammas. And I will add this as well. And I will add this as well. And now I will pronounce and read aloud the sentence and try to notice what is happening here. اشترى طالب كتابا من متجر. So what do you notice about the sounds that I made at the end of these words? طالب كتابا متجر. You might have recognized the sound that, oh, it sounds like a noon. You're actually correct. It is a noon. It is a noon. That's why our topic is actually التنوين, which is making the sound of a noon. Okay? Making the sound of a noon. So what are these? These are called tanween. This one, for example, is the double Damma. We call it tanween Damm. This one we call it tanween فتح because it's related to the fatHa, and this one is related to the Damma, and this one is tanween kasr because it's related to the kasra. So basically what is happening here is that I pronounce the ba with a Damma followed by a noon, bun, and this one is a ba with fatha followed by a noon, ban. This one is a ra with kasra followed by a noon, rin. طالب كتابا متجر. But why do Arabs use these tanweens? Before answering this question, let's understand the meaning of the sentence. اشترى طالب كتابا من متجر. It means a student bought a book from a store. Okay, so again, what are the uses of this tanween? First of all, this tanween is telling you that these words are indefinite, not specific, does not refer to specific entities. For example, this one, طالب, is a student, not the student, not a specific student. This one is here as well, كتابا, a book, not a specific book. And this one is متجر, not a specific store, but a store. The second use of this, Arabs use these different types of tanween and other stuff, of course, for grammatical case. So for example, this is the doer of the sentence, the one who did the action of buying, has this ending. We call it like nominative case ending. And this one is in accusative case ending, kitaban, because it's the object of the verb, the entity that received the action. It's not the entity that did the action, but it received the action. The action was done upon it. And this one is related to a preposition, which is in genitive case ending, and this one is accusative, this one is nominative. Again, we don't expect that you will master these stuff from now. It's just an overview of this topic. So, up until now, we understand that, first of all, a tanween is making a sound of a noon that does not appear on the script, but rather it is represented by this special diacritic in Arabic. Second point, we covered the general uses of these tanween in Arabic. Now, third of all, you might have noticed that all of them went above the consonant directly except for the tanween al-fatah it required an alif. This is just a historical reason, because in a non-connected speech, I have to say kitaba, kitaba. Fourth point, which is the most important one after introducing you to all of these stuff before, is that in spoken language, whether it's a spoken standard Arabic or a spoken dialect, we don't emphasize these tanweens and these grammatical case endings. We do not, except in a very, very limited cases and exceptions. So for example, adverbs of a frequency in Arabic are inherited with their case endings, and we speak them out even in dialectal context, such as دايما, عادة, أحيانا, نادرا. Did you notice the noon that I made at the end? These are tanweens that are inherited, and native speakers use them without even thinking about them, why they're there. They are just inherited from the language. So again, these case endings and these tanweens are not used in day-to-day interactions and conversations between Arabs. But we want to make sure that you are not confused if you are listening to Arabic in a formal setting, for example, some kind of listening drill that the speaker is speaking with formal Arabic, emphasizing all the case endings. You might hear noon, but it's not a real noon that is part of the word, but rather you are just hearing tanween. Now, in order to make the topic clearer and clearer, we will show you the same tanweens by typing them in using the keyboard. So a word like ustad, which means a teacher by the way, can have the tanween dam, but notice here, as we said before about other topics in Arabic, that fonts are a bit different. So this font that I'm using represents the two tanween dam using this stylistic Damma, let's say. The regular Damma looks like this, but tanween dam in this font looks like this. This is tanween dam. Try to pronounce it and read it aloud. Ustadhun. Now, I would like to put now tanween fatah, and remember, we need an alif, but we put the tanween on the dhal. Ustadhan. Ustadhan. There's no alif to be pronounced, except in a classical Arabic, in formal Arabic, if we paused there, we say ustadha. Okay? But in spoken language, don't say it like this. With tanween kasr now, try to pronounce it ustadhin. Ustadhin. Let's move on now to another example in which we will be covering a fifth point here. The word that we have is, try to pronounce it, you know this now, by now, ta marbuta. So we have the word madrasa, madrasa, which means a school. Now, I will put tanween dam, madrasatun, madrasatun, then tanween fatah, madrasatan, madrasatan, then madrasatin, madrasatin with tanween kasr. Hold on a minute. We said that we need an alif with tanween al-fatih. That's not the case with ta marbuta. Ta marbuta just receives the tanween fatih normally. Why is that? It's related to the same reason that we talked about before. In a non-connected speech, we don't say madrasata adding an alif. Arabs did not used to say it like this. Ancient and classical Arabs. They just say the regular way of saying it, ta marbuta. Madrasa, 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 all the same. I hope you found this video useful about the tanween in its three types: tanween fatah, tanween dam, tanween kasr, ban, bun, bin. Keep up the momentum and keep learning Arabic. See you in more videos.